Hello again. You all should know that I wrote and published my first book, Time and Space, last year, and I'm looking on releasing another book, hopefully sometime next year. Maybe in time for Christmas wish lists. Not this year, but next year. If you didn't know this, please go to my website, listed below, and order a copy, preferably with your parents' permission. Today we will be talking about one of my next possible books coming out. It's going to be a sequel, and it's going to be called Return to Space. As a special treat, I'll be reading a few pages from the unedited version for you guys today. Before I begin, just so you have an idea of where I'm at in the writing process, I'm at almost 3,000 words. Now, this might seem like a lot, but you have to hit 20,000 words before it is considered a book, and Time and Space had just over 30,000 words when it was published. So, I'm about a tenth of the way done with another novel. So, I have a long way to go. Be sure to stay tuned after the story, as I have a second surprise for you guys. Alright, shall we begin? Cindy sighed as she considered her situation. Sure, David and his grandparents had been wonderful to her. They shared their time, food, and home, but something seemed missing. Even starting school with a private tutor hadn't been able to fill the hole she felt inside. Cindy missed her mom a lot, but knew that with the military after her, she could never return home. David asked questions about her past sometimes, but she never liked to talk about it, so he left her alone. She knew the less David knew about her situation, the safer it was for him. David could sense that there was an uneasiness within Cindy, but he couldn't place his finger on it. She seemed willing to learn and help out, even willing to strike up a friendship with him and his parents. Yet she wasn't settling down at all. Her screams of terror at night bothered him a lot. No one, especially not a teenage girl, should have to experience such awful nightmares. Cindy's face had appeared on the news once or twice, but no one around them had called the number. It wasn't like Cindy was a bad person or an alien or anything else wild and unexpected, and she was definitely not a threat. At least not a threat unless she was sent by his grandparents to wake him up. She really enjoyed dropping an ice pack under his sheet when that happened. David went back to doing his work while continuing to muse about Cindy's situation and attitude. Cindy walked into the living room where David was painting the walls a nice golden orange color and offered him a glass of lemonade. David smiled gratefully and followed Cindy out onto the porch. "What did you learn today in class?" David asked as he accepted a glass of lemonade from Cindy. Not much," Cindy said distractedly as she poured some lemonade into her own glass. David studied her for a minute and then asked, "Mind sharing what is bothering you?" "I don't know," Cindy sighed. "It's like I don't belong here, but I don't know where I belong. I can't figure it out." "Do you want to go home or try contacting your mom and dad?" David asked, concern written all over his face. "No and no. That would be too dangerous. Besides, I feel pulled towards something else. Something just on the tip of my tongue, but I can't figure out what it is." Cindy looked worriedly at David like he might have the answer. "I don't know what to tell you, Cindy." David swallowed the last of his lemonade, set the glass down, and then headed back into the living room to finish painting. Cindy swirled her lemonade around in her own glass, thinking deeply. If she could only figure out what was wrong with her. She didn't belong back at her home where the military would be sure to lock her up. She didn't belong here, what with the nightmares and the terror that she would be found any day now. And that is where we're going to stop. I am evil. Stopping right where you guys are getting interested in the story. but I hope you enjoyed that little bit of the story. Now on to my next surprise. I am currently working on not one, but 2 new books. They are going to be respectively named 1 and 2 for this little exercise. The one that I read tonight, Return to Space, is going to be named number 1. And I'll be reading a snippet if I've written anything substantial. Sometimes I don't write anything. Sometimes I do write a lot. It just depends on the week. But I'll read a snippet of one of the 2 books. And one person who guesses which book it is from, so either number 1 or number 2, out of every 10 guesses, you have to be correct. The 10 guesses don't all have to be correct, but you have to be correct. And you will be contacted with a little surprise from me. And I'm so excited because I have little gift baskets waiting for you guys. So let your friends know and get them guessing too, so that one of you guys might get a gift basket. Alright, well, I'll see you all next week on Thursday. Have fun and be safe, and keep writing if you're writing, and especially keep reading. It's about the best 2 classes that I can, the best 2 things I can recommend you do. Your imagination is a wonderful thing. Alright.